What are some guy secrets girls don't know about? Many men have anxiety and/or depression. But we will not talk about and will get moderately annoyed at you bringing it up. Sometimes we pee on the POO stains in the toilet because we are too lazy to use the circub. Sometimes we don't talk to people cause we don't want to intimidate them. I might see a girl with a cool shirt on but I don't want to make her think I'm coming on to her or something. Rather than freak her out that a 6'6" guy thinks she looks good today, I just leave her alone. Especially if we're on an elevator or something where she can't leave if she actually is uncomfortable. We get raped too. Can confirm I was molested by a neighbor's babysitter, 15 female, when I was 7. Sex isn't all we want in a relationship. I'd rather be with someone who understands me but only does it once in a while than someone who I have sex with every day but don't connect with emotionally and mentally. Some of us into things like cooking, cleaning, makeup, fashion, etc. It doesn't necessarily mean we're gay. Please don't tell us to man up. A lot of us were constantly told that growing up whenever we tried to express ourselves, so you saying it will often bring up bad memories. Men can be abused. Men can be raped. Men also tend to be more suicidal because society tells us we're weak if we try to discuss these things. No, we don't enjoy being raped by a hot girl, and we often don't talk about it because people will often star-eyed up tell us we're lying about it if we do. If we haven't carried in all the shopping in one go, we haven't done it right. I don't know if other guys feel this too, but I'm always afraid of accidentally making women feel uncomfortable in my presence, for example when I happen to walk in the same direction as a woman in front of me for a while. And I'm not even interested in women in the first place. Maybe this is more of a dad secret but, I don't babysit my own kids, that's called father dammit. My dad served in the Pacific during World War II. A kid from the Bronx, he had never been out of 10 Bronx in his entire life. Then he got sent to New Guinea. Decades later, as he lay dying in the hospital bed, he told us, as his young friends were being slaughtered by other young men, just before they died, they always cried for their mothers, never for their fathers. Always for their mothers. He said, they were just kids being slaughtered by other kids. And then they died, in his arms. Their last words were always, "Where is my mother? Where is my mother? Where is my mother?" Never for their fathers. That affected him for his entire life. And Dad lived a long time. He was the lucky one. Men have a box that our minds go into. It's called the nothing box. So next time you ask a man what he's thinking about and he answers with nothing, there is a good chance he's telling you the truth. A lot of porn is really weird. Just because we watched a video about banging a stepsister while her head was stuck in the dryer, doesn't mean that's some sort of weird fantasy. The girl just looked good in the thumbnail. If you compliment my appearance, I will probably remember forever. I still remember when a girl in college told me I looked nice with my beard when I first grew it out. I've had a beard ever since. I'm a woman. In college I complimented this random guy in line for coffee that he smelled really nice. It wasn't a pickup line or anything, I just enjoyed complimenting people. About a year later we ended up having a class together and I didn't recognize him at all. He came up to me and thanked me again for the compliment I gave him a year ago and said he hasn't forgotten about how nice that was for a stranger to be so upfront and to compliment him. We'll be married 7 years in June. We have the magical power of thinking about nothing. Manspreading isn't a sexual thing, we're trying not to crush our balls between our legs. Nice try, Audrey. I'm not telling you what I got you for your birthday. After a shower, we have no problem drying our balls and face with the same towel. Most of the time we try to dry the face first, then the sack. But sometimes we have to go back to the face. We just hope we use an uncontaminated part of the towel. Edit. Uncontaminated. My balls are clean after a shower. Just, you know. Wiping the balls then wiping my face is just kids of. Yeah. I'm secretly an emotional wreck, I just hide it. As an older man's we don't expect you to look like a supermodel as we age together. Yes, At times I do see you as I did 30 years ago and every wrinkle and flaw disappears. Yes, there are times I see every wrinkle and flaw, and know how you got every one of them. They are beautiful too. It's not uncommon for us to genuinely think you're beautiful without any makeup. This comment will be buried, but those perfectly round toilets suck. It's super annoying when your junk touches the inside of the toilet bowl. The oval toilets, like in most public toilets, are much better. Your chances of getting what you want out of us are infinitely higher if you tell us directly. I just spent the last hour shouting all of these to my husband in the other room, and Jim replying, "Yep. Bunch of snitches in this thread." We don't care how popular or unpopular you are with other women. So it shouldn't factor into how you value yourself when dating. When people come crying to us, our first inclination is to fix the problems. Since this is, often, not possible, lead with something along the lines of "Can I vent for a minute?" Or anything that signals to us this is just a time for active listening, rather than a problem-solving session. Men want to be wanted and desired too. I can count the number of times a woman has come out and either asked me out or told me she was attracted to me on one hand. And from my understanding, that is a high number. We don't miss hints because we are dense or stupid, we miss them because we have learned the hard way that sometimes it's just a friendly compliment or some much. That embarrassment sticks with you. If you've ever looked at a dude and thought, "Wow, he's attractive, I'd like to go out with him," go talk to him. Men love confident women, and even if he doesn't reciprocate, you will make his day, or maybe even his year. If we tie down anything in the back of a pickup truck or trailer, it's physically impossible for us not to stand back and say that's not going anywhere. These guy secrets seem to fall into 3 areas: male genitalia, toilet habits, and the lack of psychic powers when it comes to women. Got it? There is no amount of hot sex that will stop us from masturbating as soon as we're alone. It's 2 separate releases and you just filled up the spank bank. We really do. You think your hair is good? It looked good before and after you got a haircut. It looked good curly and it looked good straight. It looked good when you woke up and when you made it. As long as it's shaped like the hair we have girls on stick figures when we were 5 years old, we think it looks good. Men can think a woman is hot without being sexually attracted to her. Men can think other men are hot without being sexually attracted to them. Some men can have a respect for someone's looks regardless of their sex. It doesn't mean they want to screw that chick or that guy, it just shows a level of appreciation for the way someone looks or the way they carry themselves. We don't get the hint. Saying "I almost broke my neck in the driveway" is not the same as asking us to shovel it. In my mind I'm thinking, "Thanks for the heads up, I'll be careful." When the penis is flaccid, we sometimes like to stretch it out or truck it inside our balls for fun. You can squeeze the head of your penis and the tip lips will move like a mouth and you can talk to it. Oftentimes, we genuinely don't care where we go to eat because we're just hungry and want food. Any food. As long as you eat some too. I'm a girl and I've found out through the years that when guys say something, don't think too much into it, like what's the hidden meaning. Don't overthink it. Guys normally say stuff that should be taken at face value. At the urinals we typically pee on soap bars, ice, or plastic mats to reduce splash damage and smell. The mental struggle we have to go through to not scratch around our groin in a public setting. It'll take 100% of my willpower to not do it. The itching can drive me insane, yet the euphoria from actually scratching it is so good. I often imagine this must be what it's like scratching a dog's ears. The nod. When you see a guy you don't know, or kind of know but don't really know well enough to talk to, walks by, you give a subtle nod of your head, which they return. I talked to my wife about it and she confirms that women do not do this, but that they sometimes smile instead. Edit, because it keeps coming up, some girls also give the nod. Typically, an up nod is for your friends, and a down nod is for strangers or less than friends. This could subconsciously have to do with a baring or hiding of the throat. Thanks everyone for the comments. Edit 2, some women nod also, I have been told. No need to add another identical comment. Ladies, You need to slap us across the face and yell "F me now" at the top of our lungs in order for us to get a hint. Edit. No, I don't encourage violence. But writing ladies, exclaim in a clear and calm voice, "Sir, would you want to engage in sexual intercourse? I have a brochure with pre-coital activities we can amuse ourselves with, just doesn't have that comedic punch to it. Jesus loves some of you guys more than others." Every guy has, at one point, used their erection to hold up a towel upon exiting the shower with an unwanted erection. We desperately want you to toss his things instead of just handling them to us. When I asked my husband for confirmation on this, he said, "Hee. Yeah. It's fun to catch things. No matter how you shake and dance, the last 2 drops go in your pants." As a favor, I worked on a girl's car one time and got pretty dirty. Afterwards, she asked me if I wanted to come inside and take a shower. I told her no because I hadn't brought any clean clothes to put on after the shower. She just kind giggled. Yeah, us guys aren't exactly too bright when it comes to reading between the lines. I had a girl tell me that my haircut looked nice. I've kept that same haircut for 4 years since then. We can't move our penis without closing out butthole. Not sure if it's universal, hot guys usually have least one pastime for which the process and ritual is just as satisfying, if not more so, than the outcome. One example is my morning espresso. If I'm making it, being interrupted or rushed is very disruptive, to the point where I'd rather not have started it. For others it may be washing the car, barbecue, or shaving. But try to mind when guys are doing something where the means are an end in and of themselves. Being able to fully invest in these gratifying rituals is fulfilling to a surprising degree. Just because we're in the shower for an abnormally long time doesn't mean we're jerking off. Guys like to have long hot showers too, you know. I like hugs. You monster, I bet you like hand holding too.